In today's video, we are going to be doing a nice updated version of the shadow method. So just before the video does start, a quick little ad on a trading service I offer over on Twitch. For the cheapest premium trading service for just £4, €4, or free with Amazon Prime. You'll get yourself daily trading and investing guides covering both Xbox and PlayStation with an array of different techniques depending on your budget. I've been trading for over 10 years, making over 100 million on multiple titles, and recently making over 10 million in the first month for the last 3 years. So in the last few days, there have been some changes to my go-to method to go and make coins over on FIFA. So what I'll do is I'll release a nice little updated version to help you guys be able to get more efficient deals and just so you have a nice updated version. So what we're going to be doing is we are going to be walking through the shadow method. Now if you've watched this before, you probably could skip a minute or two and watch how I do the filter. If you've never watched this before, this is basically a method where we trade with rare golds with shadow and we basically buy them for only 1k more. Because they've got a shadow on them, they should basically be worth about 1.5 to 3k more with a shadow. So how are we going to go and get these deals? How we're going to go and get these deals is we are going to go and set up a filter. Again, this only works on console. It does work on Xbox, PlayStation and PC. Very, very well on PC in fact. So what you're going to do is you're going to go gold rare. You're going to go and set this to shadow. And you're going to go and set your minimum buy now to 2.5k. Now this is the first difference through the previous. Now the reason you do this is everything under 2.5k is instantly sniped by basically people using bots. Because of that, there's no point wasting time looking at stuff instantly sniped by bots. And the second thing you're going to do is set your maximum buy now to 30k. Now the reason for this is EA, for some unknown reason, allowed pleb players to have some extremely high price ranges. For example, Cristiano Romero can be listed for 85k. Now, just because I don't trust myself and, you know, it's just safety for you guys, if you put maximum buy now 30k, you're not going to be accidentally buying Cristiano Romero's for 85k. So it's really good because barely any players above the price of 30k are going to pop up. So might as well say your max to 30k. So these two are fixed in stone. You do not move them, you do not increase them, decrease them, or anything in between. Now the only thing that changes is the maximum price. You want this number to be as high as possible without there being more than one card over the hour. 1 is okay, 0 is okay, but more than 1 for that is not okay. So we're going to start off at 1k and we're going to go increase it and increase it and increase it. So 1k we're going to scroll to the end and we're going to see, are there any cards over the hour? And survey says, no, there are no cards over the hour. So we can go and increase it. Let's go and increase it to 1.5k. Let's go and see how many cards are over the hour. Again, 1 card is okay and so is 0 cards over the hour. So we're going to scroll along to the end and you'll see in a sec why this is the case. So 23 pages later and hopefully, is this going to work? Is it going to work? It is going to work. Perfect. 1 card over the hour. So this is looking good. So 1k worked, 1.5 and again we want this number to be as high as possible. And the reason we do want this number to be as high as possible is because the higher the number, the more different players can pop up. So for example, Theo Hernandez has a minimum buy now for 1.1. So if we never increase that maximum bid above 1k, we'd never be able to see the likes of Theo Hernandez. And obviously that is the case for more and more cards, the higher the maximum bid. So here we go, at 1.7k, so 1.5k worked, 1.7k isn't going to work. By those things, 1.6 probably isn't going to work as well because we see bids there, we see bids there. So we're going to have to lower it down to 1.5. So 1.5 is the highest maximum bid I can have without there being more than 1 card over the hour. Perfect. So now what we're going to do is we're going to scroll to the end of the hour. And the reason for this is obviously the end of the hour, or the 59th minute, are the brand new cards that are listed. Now, what are we looking to buy? We are looking to buy any player who is a defender or midfielder, that can literally be a left mid, right mid, and even a cam, for no more than 1k more than they are without a shadow. Oh yeah, you are not buying centre backs. And the reason you're not using centre backs is because these cards are oversaturated. More people have put a shadow on centre back than they know what to do with, which means for every let's say 500 people who want a Hernandez with shadow, there's 700 Hernandezes with shadow on the market. Whereas someone like a Camavinga, that he's way less people are applying shadow because they'll have maybe architect, anchor, engine. He'll have everything put on him. Which means for every 500 people who want him, only 300 exist. Which basically means that there's a nice difference between the price of him without a shadow and with a shadow. So, we're at the 59th minute. How are we going to get deals? We're going to press compare price back out, and what that's going to do is it's going to show us all the brand new cards that were listed. That's once again compare price and then backing out. And you'll see that what it's going to do is it's going to keep on showing me all the cards that are listed. And obviously, if I'm looking at all the brand new cards that are listed, if something's a good deal, I'm going to see it instantly. So how do we know it's a good deal? So again, we're looking at any defender or midfielder position other than centre back. And we are going to look for players who are only 1k more than they are without a shadow. So if I go and type Pellegrini in on the likes of FootWiz, here's 3.1. So I'll add 1k, 4.1. Is this card below 4.1? Yes. Am I going to win it? No. Because someone else doing this method who knows what they're doing would have bought it. So what's the point of checking the players' prices? Well, ideally, if a Pellegrini was now to pop up, I'm not going to have to check his price. Because I know that Pellegrini goes for 3.1. What slowly happens is you start building up a bank of, I guess, data on knowing what players go for. And how this method works is it is basically a big old learning curve. So if I'm not wrong, it will work a little bit like this. I believe the curve goes this way. So this right here is going to be players known. So I guess we'll call this P. And this right here is going to be amount of money made with a little dollar. So for example, if I know 5 players, I'll be able to make ... 10k an hour. If I know 10 players, I'll be able to make ... 15k an hour. If I know, let's say, 30 players, I'll be able to make ... Let's try and not hit the highest. I'll be able to make, let's say, 40k an hour. And you'll max out with knowing about 50 players, which is probably as many as you need to know. And you'll probably end up, again, this is the amount of coins I was able to make on a nice active time, 50k an hour, which is amazing, because think about what 50k can get you, and you're doing that every hour. So, as I say, this is a learning curve. So at the beginning, you don't know how much Pellegrini goes for, but then you learn what Pellegrini goes for. Down the line, you'll know what Camavinga goes for. You'll know what, I don't know, again, not saying that's Montiel goes for. And eventually you get to the point where I guess where I am, where I've done this for hours and hours and hours, and I can literally go, Camavinga sells at 3.2. Tuchemeni sells at literally 11.5. Centre-back doesn't sell. Dumfries sells at 3.5. Montiel will go and sell for 5k. See what's on the next page. And because I've done this method for so long, I just know what they will go for. Okay, not buying him striker. Malacia goes for 12k, so that'd be a nice little buy right there. Obviously, it's already sold on. Lodi goes for 5.1. Monero goes for 3k. And as I say, the longer you do this method, the more players you're able to go, boom, look, Pellegrini, what did we learn earlier? Pellegrini goes for 4.1. That's not a good deal. Pellegrini 4.2, sadly not going to be a buy. So eventually what happens is you start learning all the prices. So, brilliant, we've gone and bought our cards. Let's say we got and bought that Malacia earlier at 9.8. Now we get to the final part, which is making the money. Now, if I'm on a low budget, what am I going to be more in a hurry to do? Sell cards. I'm going to want to sell cards faster. And because I want to sell cards faster, I'm going to list, ideally, one of the cheapest on the market with a shadow. So again, we've got Malacia. There we go. And again, we're going with a shadow for that 9.8k. We go and search Malacia. And if we want to go and sell him for the cheapest on the market, we are going to go and list him for, I don't think this is going to be great in my favour. We're going to go list him for 10.5. So we're going to make only like 700 coins. It's okay. Expect to make generally like 900 coins to about 2k per player, maybe even 3k. But it's okay. But I'll be able to sell him on instantly. So if I bought him for 9.8, sold him for 1.5, that's 700 coins in like, you'd probably sell him in about 2 minutes. But if I, let's say, had, I don't know, 70, 80, 90k, and I wasn't in so much of a hurry to get the card, I would list it for the price of which there's 3 pages on the market. So I would go and list them for, I think it's only going to be 10,750 in all fairness. Yeah, I think I'd go list them for 10,750. And the reason I do this is because if you do this over and over and over again, you're going to make another 500 coins to a K every single time. And I say it basically just adds up. And basically what it's called lazy buy method. And lazy buys is when you're basically in no hurry to sell a card, but you'll go and make a little bit more profit. Because you'll see I've got 100 cards selling. If you've got 100 cards selling and you're listing for lazy buys, you'll probably sell about 20 to 30 an hour. Which means that you'll make 20 to 30k an hour, or even more maybe. Let's say making like, yeah, like, I don't know, 30 to 50k an hour. And all you're doing is just buying cards and listing them. And then when one sells, replace it. And you can do a little bit of trading in the background. You can play some games in the background. There's a Malacia, by the way, selling on for 12k lazy buys. So when it comes to listing, you can either list for the cheapest if you're in a hurry for coins. But if you're in no hurry, list for where there's about 3 pages. Let's have a look at Pellegrini. Hopefully Pellegrini will also show off. So there we go, Pellegrini. If we went and won him for, let's say we won him for 3.5, what could we go and sell him for instantly? Instantly we could go and sell him for 4.4, or if I want to sell a little bit slower, so not so much of a hurry, what about 4.9? One page. There you go. Even go more than 4.9. 5.2? I could probably go as high as 5.5 for someone like Pellegrini, and he would eventually sell on within like a few hours. So basically, when you list these cards, the less of a hurry you're to sell the card, the more you list it for. If you get to the point where you can't just, no one's selling on, just lower all your prices and sell for lower. In the end of the day, this is a method you will learn via trial and error. And I'd say the steps of this method, once again, a gold rare shadow. You're going to go put your minimum buy now to 2.5. Your maximum buy now to 30k. Set this price to as high as possible without there being more than one card over the hour. Watch on the 5th, 9th minute. Compare price back out to refresh the market. Use FootWiz to go and check out what player's price goes for. Again, you'll probably miss the card when you're checking the price, but you'll learn it for next time. And when listing cards, if you're in a hurry to sell, list for the cheapest. If you're not in a hurry, just list where there's 3 pages on the market. And if cards are struggling to sell, just start lowering those prices. So I think that's a nice updated method. Again, we've generally made like 50k an hour because, again, I've done this for a lot of hours and I absolutely mastered this method. There you go, even more cards selling on. And yeah, when you've got 100 cards selling on, this method is working with full efficiency. Hopefully it's helped. I stream from 6 in the morning till 7 PM every day, BST, where you can go and ask me any questions regarding this method, anything you don't understand. But thanks for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow with a brand new video.